Join me as I fly from JFK in New York to LAX in Los Angeles to attend D23. Hi everyone, how's life, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Welcome to a very early morning here at JFK Terminal 4. I am flying with Delta today from here in New York to Los Angeles, like I said, and apparently it's about a 5.5 hour journey. Could be 6 hours, I'm not exactly sure. It's my first time doing this journey from New York to Los Angeles, and I'm extremely tired because the current time is 5:30 in the morning. My flight is in about an hour and a half, and oh my god, the traffic to get here, you wouldn't believe it. New York at this time of morning still has a lot of traffic, especially getting close to the airport. Either way, I'm here now. I've got my suitcase to check in, one suitcase, and I've got a little carry-on as well. But yes, I haven't had much sleep because obviously it's very early, and I know I spent most of last night packing, but I'm excited. So come along, we're going to go and check this in, and I'll take you along the journey as much as I can. And this is also my first time in Terminal 4 at JFK, as far as I remember anyway, so I need to figure out exactly where I need to go. It looks very busy, so it looks like check-in and bag check is all mainly done through machines, and these queues that you're seeing here are all for these machines rather than to speak to actual people. I'm a little bit stressed, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I've got my luggage tag now for the suitcase that I'm checking in. That took about 15 minutes. The cool thing though was that everybody in line started bonding because we found it quite frustrating, and now, as you can see, I'm in another line. Again, it's probably going to take another 10-15 minutes to go and actually drop off the suitcase. I guess this is just JFK, even at 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, my bag is dropped, but now I'm about to go into another very long queue by the looks of it for security checks. I'll see you on the other side.
One eternity later.
Oh my god, finally out of the really long, chaotic line of security. Truly, I don't think I've ever experienced anything as bad at an airport. Like, it was actually laughable how chaotic it was. It was just the organization that was terrible. People were acting as if it was a zoo. Like, people were just going under barriers, skipping lines, and there just weren't enough staff members to tell people what to do. There's just too many people, not enough staff, if you know what I mean. It was crazy. I'm just glad it's over, and now, like I said, I'm heading to my gate, which is B37, I believe. Apparently only about a 10-minute walk from here. There is a Starbucks there. The Starbucks also looks rather busy, but not quite as busy as that line for security was. Truly, when I tell you how ridiculous it was, I mean, I don't think I can even really describe it because I've never seen anything quite like it at an airport. And not only was the line long, like I said, the way people were acting as well and not being told off. And I don't even necessarily blame people because people were frustrated and angry. And like I said, there just weren't enough staff members to tell people what to do. Like, at one point, I was in line and they just like stopped us from moving forward, and without any explanation. Like, we were just like, you know, that's it. So a lot of people were confused as to whether they were even in the right place or not. And then after maybe 5 minutes of waiting, some people decided to just go through the barrier and go ahead anyway, even though they'd been told not to. Anyway. Oh, what a time to be alive. And the line was very long as it was. It was like 4 or 5 long lines of zigzagging. Ridiculous. Longer than the lines at Big Thunder Mountain in Disneyland Paris. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about that now. Like I said, I'm just happy to be on the other side finally, but that was really not a fun experience. These are the B20 gates, so we have about 12 or 13 gates to go through until we get to our gate, B37. And by the way, I have no idea where I'm sitting. As in, I know where I'm sitting, I know the number, it's on my ticket, but I don't remember if I'm on an aisle or by the window. Like, I just don't think I even checked. So for all I know, I could have a really bad seat, and obviously if I'm next to somebody, I'm not going to be vlogging much or at all on the flight, so you know, bear that in mind. But don't worry, once we get to LAX, I'll be continuing the vlog properly, even if I may not be able to vlog on the actual flight. We'll see. We're just going past B28, so about 10 more to go. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to stress out a little bit, but hopefully we should be okay. Have your fingers crossed for me, guys. I can finally see my gate, B37, all the way in the distance. Okay, I've made it. There you go. That's my gate. It looks like they have already started boarding, but at least I'm here. I can hopefully finally relax, although I don't think I'll be relaxing until I'm actually on the flight. But yeah, things look good. That was very stressful. I believe that's our plane over there, and unfortunately the flight seems to be so full and so busy. Remind me, guys, to never fly from JFK at this time of morning again. It just was the cheapest flight that I could get to LAX. Didn't realize it would be so busy. But yeah, I have to check in my little carry-on as well. Everybody did, and bless her, the woman in front of me was like, I have my medication here, but they told her she still needs to check it in. She can take her medication out and check in her carry-on.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to have you on board with us.
31.
As you're making your way down the aisle, if you have any roller bags.
So I'm in my seat, 31. Aisle seat as well, which is amazing, but as I said earlier, it's a very busy flight. I have people next to me, so as I imagine I won't be vlogging too much, but the captain did say that the flight time should be 5 hours and 8 minutes, which is not too bad. I don't think it even counts as a long haul flight, to be fair. It's like a mid-haul flight. But yeah, I'm happy to be here in the aircon. I'm really excited to get to LA. They did just come and give out headphones for anybody who might need them. Also, we do have a pillow and a duvet here as well, in case we want to sleep, which I might try and sleep a little bit on the flight, we'll see. And apparently, there should be free Wi-Fi on the flight. Let me actually go into the screen, continue. Learn about my flight, JFK to LAX. There you go. This is our journey for the day from New York City all the way to the west coast of the USA, Los Angeles. And as I mentioned, apparently it should take just over 5 hours, and the weather, from what the captain said, should be more or less okay as well. There might be a little bit of turbulence at one point though, we'll see. Well, we've been in the air for just about an hour, I would say. We've got 4 hours left. As you can see, the lights are off. A lot of people, including myself, have been sleeping and napping, and I really like these seats because they've got little side things that pull out so you can rest your head against them, and the pillow's pretty comfortable too. And crew members just came and, you know, offered people some snacks. I am in Delta Comfort, by the way, worth mentioning. I don't fly with Delta enough to know the planes well, but yeah, this is good. The seatbelt sign is on because there might be turbulence, but it's been pretty okay so far. And this is what the flight situation looks like. So it says 4 hours and 7 minutes until we arrive, and about 2,000 miles in terms of distance. But yeah, I'm gonna carry on with my nice little nap here. Hopefully you guys can hear me, by the way. I've also got some water, and I've just been able to connect to the internet as well, Wi-Fi, and it works really fast. Well, we have landed. We landed about 20 minutes ago, but we spent a long time taxiing. Current time 10:24 here in LA, and now we're just waiting for the aircraft to open its doors. And there we go. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Thank you. And here we are, officially in LA. Thank you for flying with us. You're welcome, Delta. That was actually a pleasant flight, and I managed to sleep more than I thought I would. It was well, it actually ended up being more like 5 hours and a half, I think, because there was a bit of turbulence at one point, so the flight time kept getting pushed back. But yeah, this is a terminal that I'm not overly familiar with. Normally when I fly to LA, I'm flying from London, so I'm just gonna follow the people on my flight. But yes, overall I enjoyed the flight. It was comfortable, the seats were comfortable, my nap was comfortable, like I said, even though it was kind of broken sleep. I needed it. And I still think I'll need a few more hours of sleeping today, considering it's only 10:30. But this is what this terminal looks like, heading towards bag claim, and I need to remember to collect 2 suitcases because my carry-on also got checked in, as you saw. Just going down my second flight of escalators, where I'm getting closer and closer to bag claim. Also, there was a dog on our flight, literally to the left of where I was sat. I think it was like a father and a son, younger son, and they had the dog just lying down below them. I didn't realize the dog was even there until towards the end of the flight. It was a cute dog, but I'm just surprised as to how calm the dog was. There's loads of dogs, in fact, at the airport. Is this where I need to be? Let me not get lost a little bit. Yeah, this must be it. The flight from New York JFK. You can tell by the amount of suitcases and the people waiting around how busy the flight actually was, and perfect. My first suitcase has just arrived. This is the easy one though, because obviously it was meant to be checked from the start. The other one, my smaller one, I have no idea when will arrive, considering how late it got checked in. Well, thankfully, the second one didn't take too long either. The one that actually has D for Disneyland on it, and I purchased it from here, Disneyland, about a year or so ago, I want to say. But yeah, it's time for me to make my way out. I am staying in an off-site hotel here in Anaheim, at the Marriott Anaheim, which is right next to the convention center for D23. It's perfect location-wise. I stayed here last time I attended D23 as well, 2024, 2 years ago. And what I always do when I come to LAX is use Diamond Driver Guy, and this video is in collaboration with them. I've used them, like I said, several times before. A lot of you guys have used them on my recommendation, and I'm happy to be using them again to head to my hotel. Now you can see over here the signs say that for rental calls you go this way, shared ride, hotel and private parking. They do have LAX shuttles as well, ride app taxis to the other side. With Diamond Driver Guy, who are a private transfer company, by the way, which I've used since, I want to say 2024, 2023. I've used them for a few years at this point. The good thing, well, there's many good things about them, but one thing I love about them is that you can literally exit from wherever you are when you land in LAX and just let your driver know where you are, and they'll come and pick you up exactly at that location. This is something that genuinely makes life so much more convenient because of how big LAX is. And if you were to get an Uber, for instance, you literally have to get on some kind of train and get to another part of the airport. My friend has done it. It's like doable, but it's really not convenient. This is so much easier, especially if you're traveling with family. They have car seats for your children if you need them, and the drivers are all so friendly, so knowledgeable about LA. You feel very safe with them too, so it just makes life much easier, especially after a long haul flight. When you finally land in LAX, you don't want to have to be stressing about anything more. So I'm gonna just head out, and as you can see, the closest sign to me is 3D. Now I can just message my driver and let them know where I'm at, which, as you can see, is 3D. But if I wanted to, I could move around somewhere else, but the point is that you don't have to, because they'll come and pick you up wherever you are. Honestly, makes such a difference. And also, like I said, the safety factor, they send you the information of the driver before you get here, so you know a lot about the driver, their car, everything, so you feel safe. So I've just messaged my driver, let him know that I'm at 3D. They should be here very shortly. And whilst I wait, I wanted to let you know that the link to Diamond Driver Guy is down below in the description, so you can check them out if you're traveling to LAX anytime soon. It's not just transportation from LAX to your hotels near Disneyland that they do, but they also do, private tours of LA if you're interested, if you want to go around LA, see the sights. There's a lot that they offer, and like I said, you can check everything on the Diamond Driver Guy website. And just like that, my car has arrived with the lovely Adrian. Good to see you.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
How was your flight?
Well, I'm in the car with the wonderful Adrian, who's driving. amazing shirt as well. It's been amazing so far. We've been on this journey for about maybe 15-20 minutes, and I think the entire journey should take 45 minutes. However, we are going to be stopping somewhere, and this is something that is offered when you book with Diamond Driver Guy. You can either go to Target or Walmart or a restaurant. Last time we went to In-N-Out, which was very enjoyable. This time there's a new, is it like a cafe, a bakery?
It's a bakery,
okay,
with some food in it.
Okay.
It's very good.
And that is apparently going to come to Disney, Downtown Disney.
Yes.
So we're going to go and check that out. Not the Downtown Disney version, because that's not open yet, but the one nearby. So that should be exciting. And yeah, really comfortable, really nice. Adrian's amazing. Loving life. So this is a place we've just stopped by at, called Porto. This is Adrian. Hey! We're gonna get some food here, some snacks. As you can see, there's a queue as well, so clearly a very popular place. And as I mentioned earlier, there's meant to be a Portos opening in downtown Disney at some point as well, so once that opens up, I will hopefully get a chance to check that out as well. Make sure you stay tuned and subscribe. But this is it always busy?
Yes.
Like this? This is incredible.
It goes fast.
I'm looking forward to this a lot. My first time eating here at Porto. You say it better.
Portos.
There you go. I think it just sounds better in your accent.
Oh, what accent? I don't have an accent.
No, but you do. So yeah, this is it. This is the queue.
Go straight ahead, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you. This place is big. The bakery is just on that side. There's cakes. There's a lot going on. Coffee on here as well. The place is Cuban, by the way. I don't think I've ever had Cuban food before, but I know that Cuban coffee is meant to be fantastic. So yeah, now we're in this line for the cafe. The cool thing is, even though the lines look long, they do move quite quickly. Here's the menu if you'd like to scan it. It's probably going to be quite a long menu, but Adrian says the best way to order is just to have a look at what's available and see what looks the nicest. Guys, this place smells amazing. They make their own bread fresh, as you can see over there. The croissants, the pastries, everything is fresh. The sourdough breads, apparently they do some sourdough balls. There's loads of sandwiches. I am overwhelmed. I don't know what to get. Here's a quick look at what they have. There's a meat pie here. There's a mojo chicken potato wall, chicken croquette. There is a lot going on. I spotted a churro croissant over there that looks amazing, and Adrian's had it before. He said it is good, but I don't know if I necessarily want it today. But there's a lot going on. Strudels, there's chocolate chip cookies up there. So many different cakes. I mean, you can get a slice, you can get a proper big cake. The breads all look good, guys. I am overwhelmed. I can't believe I'd never heard of this place before. Portos. It's a Cuban place, very popular, and like I said, it will be opening up in downtown Disney very soon because of how popular it is. Yeah, I'm excited to be trying it before it goes to downtown Disney. Really have high hopes for it. Look at these queues though, honestly insane. And apparently this place has been around for about a decade from what I heard. This particular location of Portos is currently the closest one to Disneyland, not too far at all from Knott's Berry Farm, which is a theme park that I would really love to visit. Hopefully next time I come to Anaheim, I'll give it a go. Let me know if you've ever been. So we've got our food. Adrian's got a couple of things that he thinks I should try. Let's go.
Okay, so this is called a papa relleno. It's basically like a mashed potato deep fried ball with meat inside of it. It's very, very tasty.
Looks good.
I want you to taste it, and I'm going to find out what you think of it.
Really?
Of course.
Okay.
And I know. Just
So this is what it looks like. It looks good. Smells amazing. Okay.
Real reactions here, people.
Really good.
You like it? Mm-hmm. Right on.
Oh, there's a lot going on there. It's not just me.
There's a lot of flavor in there.
Yeah. It's like it's a bit of the onion and the pepper. Oh my god, this is good. This is really good. So this sandwich has arrived. It's a meat sandwich called ropa vieja. I hope I said that correctly. Adrian said it's one sandwich, but it looks like two sandwiches to me. It's so big. And then we've also got this salad that Adrian says I should try as well. So yeah, we've got a lot on the table. So I'm actually going to try a little bit of the salad first. What do? I get a bit of the chicken.
Get some chicken.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, get some chicken.
I need to get, what else do I need?
The sauce.
I mean, Adrian, there's a lot here. Some of the, is that good enough?
Some chicken there too.
I've got the chicken, right? That's the chicken. Okay, I think that's incredible.
So you're going to take a bite of this ropa vieja sandwich, and then I want you to follow it up with the
plantain.
Yeah.
The plantain.
So tell me how you like it. Get a good bite.
Guys, this thing is huge.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
The meat is insane. As you said, lots of flavor. I love it because it doesn't just taste like meat. There's just so much going on. I don't know what they put in there, but it's amazing. The plantain now.
Salty but good.
Best plantain I've ever had. So this would highly, highly recommend. What was it called again? I keep forgetting.
Ropa vieja.
Ropa vieja. It's one of their best sandwiches. The bread is amazing too, but the meat is definitely the star. Well, that was my first experience at Portos.
Yes.
Saying it the American way.
Did you like it?
Incredible.
Are you
Really
sure?
good. Yes, 100%.
Let's put it this way. She gave me some of her leftovers.
Because I'm so full. It was a lot of food, but it was genuinely amazing.
It was good.
I would visit again.
Good.
And I'm excited that they're bringing a chain to downtown Disney.
Yes, they are.
Because it'll make it easier if you're going to Disneyland to be able to. Although this isn't too far either from Disney.
No,
is it?
no.
It's closer
only
to
about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes.
But closer to Knott's Berry Farm,
Yes,
right?
we're right down the street.
Incredible. Though I'd recommend it if you've never had it before and if you're visiting LA Anaheim, try it out. And now we're going to go on the last bit of the journey. Only about a 15-minute drive from here to my hotel. And you can already see the Disneyland signs, Disneyland Drive. We should be there very, very shortly now. And just like that, I have made it to my hotel, D23, the ultimate fan event. This is the Marriott Anaheim. It's the exact same hotel I stayed at with my friend Simone back in 2024 for D23. So if you're new to my channel or new to D23 as an event, it's the biggest Disney convention that happens once every 2 years. So there wasn't one last year in 2025, but there is one this year. There won't be one next year. The next proper big one will be in 2028. And I attended my first one in 2024. loved it. Incredible. I do have some vlogs of that on my channel as well if you want to check it out. It was a really big year too. They announced so much. So I don't think this year will be quite as big, but I'm excited to see what they say anyway. And yeah, this is a hotel that's probably not the closest to the convention center. They also have the Hilton. Both are within walking distance, so I'm going to go and check in now. So I've just checked in with a lovely staff member called Eliana, who was really nice, very friendly. And even though it is... Where are we going? Sorry, give me a moment. I need to press where we're going. 12th floor. I love that you press the floor first and then one comes to you. There you go. That's the lift that we need. Yeah, even though check-in is meant to be 4 p.m. and on the website they say that rooms aren't guaranteed to be ready until 4 p.m. Thankfully, they had a room ready for me on the 12th floor, and the current time is about 10 minutes to 2 p.m. so about 2 hours early. But yeah, I am so happy to be back here. I'm so excited. It feels surreal, guys. Can you remember where we started off our day this morning? At the zoo. JFK, which was crazy, honestly, terrible experience. Obviously not the worst experience of my life, but in terms of airport experiences I've had, at least in recent years, it was one of the worst. And now we're about to start a whole new adventure, a very exciting one that only happens once every 2 years, like I said, and I just feel very grateful to be here. So I've been in my room for the past hour and a half, roughly. I just need to lie down a little bit, freshen up, put things away. I'm extremely tired, but before I, make myself at home even more, I did want to give you a quick room tour. So this is the front entrance. We are on the 12th floor. Let me turn you guys around. This is what you see first when you come into the room. As you can see, this is a room with 2 double beds, and we do also have a little balcony overlooking the pool, which I haven't actually even gone to see yet. But to my left hand side over here, we have a little wardrobe. Oh, a proper iron board, some hangers up there. I think maybe some extra pillows, duvets, an actual iron over there. We also have a pretty large safe. As we carry on over here, we have a bottle of water, which is priced at $6. I don't think I'm going to be drinking from that though. You've got your, I want to say, kettle coffee machine. What else have we got in here? Is there something else in here? Oh yeah, little cups, coffees, English tea, etc. And there is actually a light here as well to make things a little bit easier and clearer to see, but I'm going to turn it off now. Down here we've got some glasses. Then over on the other side, before we get to the main bedroom, over here is where your bathroom is. It's a sliding door, and you've got your little toilet. I have already used the soap, but you get given a soap, body lotion, some tissues, and then this very bright mirror, which shows exactly how tired I am. I'm extremely exhausted, but there's loads of towels down there. I'm spotting a hairdryer, which is good. Nice piece of artwork, very LA. And then we do also have a shower with a sliding door, and it looks to be a pretty good shower as well. You've got 2 of them, one adjustable one and then one proper one at the top, which I do appreciate. Also, here are your shampoo, conditioner and body wash. They do provide those with you. And then let's quickly go to the main bedroom. I cannot wait to sleep here tonight, or probably in the next half an hour or so. But yeah, pretty spacious room, I would say. I have already, like I said, put some of my stuff down. It's my backpack. You have this whole space here where you can put your bag and suitcases. And I think, let me just quickly check. Oh yeah, there's a full-on storage space down here too, which I don't think I'm going to necessarily use. Sorry, these are my shoes. But yeah, pretty spacious room and loads of storage. You have a rather large, long desk here with a light, and then some more storage space. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, there you go. You can put stuff in there. I believe this must be a fridge or a cooler, which is empty, but it's nice to have one, convenient. The desk itself is incredible though. I'm sure I'll be spending a lot of time editing on here. And then in the middle, you have a couple of plugs, US plugs, as well as some USB ones in the middle. Of course, you've got your remote control for the TV, which I haven't used yet. And then over here, something that is very, I suppose, needed, especially in this day and age, the day and age of Instagram, where you want to check your outfit of the day before you go to a Disney theme park. It's a proper, very large, I would say, full-length mirror. So there you go. Loads and loads of space here. You've got another seat here with a cushion, nice little desk, a lamp. And then if I do a little pan, you can see the double beds here again. I have lied down on this bed, which is why it doesn't look quite as nice as it did. I tried to keep it nice, but I just had to just lie down for a little bit for my back. I was so tired. But let's see what we have in the middle of the beds. Firstly, this nice carpet, and then some more storage over there This is just my hand sanitizer. We have a alarm clock, I want to say, and don't get fooled by the 4. It's not 4 o'clock in the morning. It is currently 16 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Of course, you've got your telephone and then some more plugs over here, as well as some USB ones. These pillows, obviously I haven't slept on them yet, but they look pretty good. A little bit firmer than some other US hotels, and I prefer that personally. For the past 3 nights, I was staying at the Intercontinental Hotel in Times Square in New York, and great hotel there, fantastic location. I mean, I really enjoyed my stay overall, but their pillows there were so soft, like so squishy, and some people like that. For me, it was a disaster. I literally had to put like 4 pillows on top of each other to try and make it seem somewhat firm. These, thankfully, feel a little bit firmer, but I'll let you know how I feel once I actually sleep on them. And then there's some art stuff happening, I suppose, with these random colorful lines. Yep. And the lights as well in the middle. One thing I do appreciate about this hotel room is the fact that the floor is not carpet. Actually, yes, there's a small carpet over there, but for the most part, the floor is wood. To me, it just feels cleaner because, let's be real, carpet is not as easy to clean as a wooden floor. And when you see a wooden floor, especially in a room where loads of people come. By the way, I was speaking to the staff member downstairs, Alina, her name was, the lovely staff member who checked me in. And today is the 11th of August, 2026, as I'm filming this. We ended up chatting a little bit about D23 because obviously the convention center is very close by and a lot of people will be coming to this hotel. Like this and the Hilton are the 2 closest hotels to the convention center. So it's like, you know, the perfect place for most people who want to come. And she was saying tomorrow there was something like 400 people checking in, and then the following day on the 13th they have like another 600 people checking in, and that is going to be a very crazy rest of the week for them, but that is obviously exciting at the same time. But yeah, it's going to be a very packed day. This hotel gets very busy, obviously, whenever there's a convention happening, and not just with D23, but there's a lot of conventions happening at the Anaheim Convention Center throughout the year. But yeah, here's one last look at the room. I love how spacious these rooms are, and I think from memory this looks exactly like the one that my friend Simone and I stayed at. Obviously I don't think it's the exact same room, but it's the same layout that we stayed at in 2024, and I remember liking it. And that is a connecting door, by the way, which is closed and locked because I don't need it, but if you do need one, they do have some. And then, I'm not sure if I necessarily want to go out now. Shall we go out? It's going to be very hot. Can I open this? I'm not sure how to open this right now. Could be my brain being very tired, but I'm so tired that I can't be bothered to check. This is the lock situation. There is also a sign that says, please do not leave children unattended on the balcony. Don't worry, I don't have children with me. But we are going to go out at some point. I just need to figure out how to open this. And it's a nice balcony. Oh, quite large as well. And you can see the rest of Anaheim, or some of Anaheim anyway. And the pool, you can kind of see it from here. It looks like a lovely pool, to be fair. It's covered. But like I said, don't worry. At some point, either later in this vlog or in the next 7 nights of me being here, I will take you to the balcony and show you what it's like if I don't forget. I remember last time my friend and I came here for D23 in 2024. We were so busy, and I anticipate the same thing happening when D23 officially starts in a few days' time, that we literally, we didn't have time to do anything apart from be thrown into the world of D23. Like, constantly film content, be present, you know, go to these little talks and events and presentations, and then come back to our hotel at like 2 a.m., edit, post some stuff, sleep, wake up the next morning at 5 or 6 a.m., do the same thing over again. Like, it was exhausting, but a lot of fun at the same time. And I'm excited for a similar experience this year. And again, make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so. But because of that, we barely got to experience the hotel, and I feel like it's going to be the same situation today. Like, there's no time for me to go to the pool. I could go today, but tomorrow and the next day I'm hoping to be in Disneyland, and then the following day will be D23. That's when it starts, the chaotic, joyous D23 starts. But yes, let me put you guys here for a little bit of time. It was a very wonderful travel day, apart from the start of it. New York JFK, stressful, but I feel like I've already mentioned that quite a lot. The flight itself was actually really nice, and then obviously using Diamond Driver Guy once I got to LAX made things so much easier. And once again, huge shout out to Adrian and his team for, you know, collaborating with me. They are wonderful, very friendly, very professional, and I'll leave their link down below, both their Instagram and also their website for Diamond Driver Guy if you are interested to come to LA. They're going to make your life so much easier. And like I said, it's not just a private transfer company that's going to take you from LAX to Disneyland. Obviously that's something that they do, and I know a lot of you coming here would probably want to use it for that reason, want to come to Disneyland or Knott's Berry Farm or Universal. They can do that, but they can do much more too, and you can find out more about that on their website. And once you book with them, in the price of the journey from LAX to your hotel in Disneyland, they normally also give you a leeway of about 30 to 35 minutes to do something extra that you want. So obviously for me, because this is a collaboration and Adrian was really kind, we went to, what was it called? Porto's? This really amazing Cuban restaurant cafe that I love, and I cannot wait to go back, and I cannot wait for it to open here in Disneyland. But also last time we went to In-N-Out, a lot of people choose to go to Target or Walmart, which can be very useful because that's just a part of your price that you pay for the journey, for the service. They give you 30 to 35 minutes. Sometimes it can be a little bit more, give or take, and you can just use that to do something that you might need to do that would make your time in Anaheim easier and more convenient. A lot of people choose to go to a supermarket like Target or Walmart so that they can buy, you know, supplies, water, drinks for their room. It just makes things easier. They don't have to then worry about having them Uber Eats to them, or I can't believe I use that as a verb, Uber Eats. But you know what I mean, like it's nice to just have everything here, and I've done that before too. But you can also go to somewhere unique like In-N-Out, unique to this area of the USA. They don't have In-N-Outs in Orlando, for instance, or this restaurant that I went to, like you can just go to a restaurant instead. But yes, I'm really tired. It is just after 4 p.m. I'm gonna probably change a little bit, lie down, be horizontal, and then I was thinking of going to downtown Disney today. That was my original plan, but I just don't see that happening. I'm very tired, and I really think I need a day of a bit more of a reset. Obviously it's not been a full day of reset because I had a travel day today, which is always going to be a little bit tiring, but just spend the rest of the day chilling in this hotel room, maybe going down. I'm sure there's a Starbucks either nearby, or there might even be one in the hotel if I remember correctly from last time I was here. Maybe I'll get some room service or something if I feel hungry. So currently I'm not hungry whatsoever. That food was very filling and delicious. That sandwich, oh my god, that was so good. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay in this area and rest because I know how crazy my schedule is gonna be over the next few days, particularly once the D23 day starts in Disneyland, which is in 2 days' time. So stay tuned. I'll probably take the next few hours as a bit of a break, but this vlog will continue. It's a little bit of time later. In fact, the current time, if you can see demonstrated by Mickey over here, is nearly 10 p.m. I ordered myself some room service, which has just arrived. I got myself a burger. I also have some water by the looks of it, and an apple juice. There you go. Let me get the drinks out, and then this is my burger. Let's open it up. Comes with a side of fries. This is the cheeseburger. Yeah, looks pretty good. It will do. I just wanted something for dinner, and I've been editing for the past few hours because, like I said, I have a lot to catch up on, and I really want to try and get the D23 vlogs up on my channel as quickly as possible. So there will be a bit of a break in between my Asian vlogs. So I'm just finishing up my last Singapore cruise vlog on the adventure, which I did a few months ago, and then there'll be a bit of a break. We'll do some US vlogs, including D23, and then we're going to continue the Asian vlogs from back in May, end of May, where I go to Hong Kong. So all the Hong Kong stuff will be coming up after that, just in case you are wondering. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this now, and then actually I think something fun that will be, you know, maybe interesting for you is for me to share with you some of my predictions and also some of the things that I would like for them to announce at D23, the Horizons event, which will be Saturday, all about the Disney parks and cruise lines. So stay tuned because I have some thoughts. I also don't want to get my hopes up because, generally speaking, especially when it comes to Disneyland Paris, we don't get, you know, a lot of fun announcements at these events. They tend to mainly focus on the American parks, but we'll see. I'm going to share my thoughts with you after I finish my burger. So remember that burger that I had as room service? That was last night. It is now the next day. Today is the 12th of August 2026 and it's about, I want to say 3 p.m. roughly. I spent the majority of this morning, as I said, just catching up on editing because I have lots of editing to do and there's going to be more to come, so I just need to be on top of it. But I have now come to the Starbucks that is in the hotel that I'm staying at, the Marriott Anaheim, which makes things really convenient. But yes, I've got my iced vanilla latte here, and as I mentioned, I want to talk to you a little bit about the D23 predictions that I have. Obviously, it hasn't happened yet. The big day for us Disney Parks people is going to be Saturday. I think it's going to be the 15th. So in a few days time, 15th of August. Make sure you stay tuned, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also follow me on Instagram as well, because all the big news I'll be sharing on Instagram first, obviously because it takes a while for me to edit. But yeah, I'm gonna make my way out to the hotel now with my drink because I've got an iced latte, and the way most hotels work in the US is that they turn the aircon on so high that when it's so hot outside, you genuinely feel like you're freezing inside, especially with a cold drink. But I do really like this hotel. It's so convenient, like I said, for D23, if you're planning on coming in 2028, for instance, I really cannot recommend the hotel enough. For me, it also works perfectly because I'm a Marriott Bonvoy member, and I've been a Marriott Bonvoy member for several years now because obviously I stay at the Moxie a lot when I go to Disneyland Paris. I just stay in Marriott hotels as often as I can, and that helps you with the status with the Bonvoy club that they have. So if you also are a Bonvoy member, or if you see yourself visiting and staying in Marriott owned hotels often, then I would say it's worth becoming a member. And I'm pretty sure it's free. It's been a long time since I became a member, but I'm pretty sure I just signed up, and that's all you need to do. But there you go, we've got the D23 sign over there. I can't believe that's coming up literally in a couple of days time now. Oh my god, tomorrow is D23 day in Disneyland. So yeah, it's all happening. Today was my last chill day. It's going to be a very intense next few days, but stay tuned with me. It's going to be fun at the same time. But as I mentioned, I am going to head out now to chat to you a little bit about the D23 predictions that I have. Before I do so though, I actually just went to the Hilton on the opposite side of the Marriott. So this is the Marriott Anaheim Hotel where I'm staying, and they've also got the Hilton, like, I don't know, a 20-second walk, if that, on the other side. So these two hotels are both really, really good if you want to attend D23, but the Hilton is where you will collect your badge, and I just went and did that, which is so exciting. I'm attending all 3 days, and I can't believe that I actually physically have it in my hand now. And from Friday onwards, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to be in this building, the Anaheim Convention Center that you can see in front of me. But yes, let's talk about some of my predictions, and bear in mind these will just be my predictions, and I'm mainly going to focus on the Disney Parks predictions, particularly Disneyland Paris, which generally speaking gets forgotten about at D23 events. Although in 2024 we did get a little bit of something, at least. That's when they announced Lion King as the next land in the Disney Adventure World. But again, that was something that a lot of people probably had guessed would happen. At least Disneyland Paris avid fans knew, and it was exciting though that it was confirmed. But with Disneyland Paris this year, obviously this is all going to be at the Honda Center on Saturday evening, the big Disney Parks announcements. What do I think will happen? I'm going to share with you what I think might be announced, potential predictions, and then I also will let you know what I would want for them to announce. So in terms of predictions, I think they'll definitely talk some more about the Lion King land that is currently being built in Disney Adventure World. There's a small possibility they might give a date, not a full date by any means, but they might give a year like they did with Frozen a couple of years ago. So they might, for instance, say, and I don't know when it will open, I don't see it opening before 2028 at the earliest. I think it's going to be probably more likely 2029. But I think they might potentially give a year and say, oh, that's when we'll have this land open. They'll definitely be showing some new concept arts, and we might even get a name, like an official name for this Lion King land that's coming, because we know a Lion King land will be coming to Disney Adventure World. Sorry, there's a bit of wind, and I had you literally on that bin. So I'm worried that you're going to fall. So I'm going to pick you up and walk a little bit. Hope you can hear me. Okay, this is a little bit better. I'm sat at one of these tables that they have here. This place is going to be so packed and busy and ridiculously crazy by the time Friday rolls, so in a couple of days time. It's not going to look at all like you're seeing it right now, so I'm making the most of it. This is the calm before the storm. But yes, I think we might get a name, an official name for the Lion King land. We might even get names of, the attraction that's coming, the main attraction. We know it's going to be a log flume ride. We've seen some concept art for it, but they might give us a name for it. That would be very exciting. They might also share a bit more about the land, things that we can do there, if there's like a restaurant that they might add to it. We don't know, but all of this stuff is stuff that they can expand on a little bit at D23. So it's not necessarily going to be anything new with the Lion King, but some more information and perhaps a year. not a full date, but a year as to when we can expect to see it completed, which is exciting. It's exciting in its own right. They'll definitely also talk a little bit about Up, the new ride that we already know will be coming, and it's not even that exciting of a ride, but it will make Disney Adventure World and Adventure Way especially much more visually pleasing, and it's always nice to have some filler rides, and I'm excited to see what it's like, once it's built. So they'll definitely mention that, maybe give some more information about that, and maybe even, give us an exact date as to when it will open. We know it's going to be next year, 2027. My guess for when it's going to open is going to be the start of the 35th anniversary of Disneyland Paris, which is next year, believe it or not. April 12th, 2027 is when they'll be celebrating 35 years, and that whole anniversary is also something that Disneyland Paris could potentially announce, although I think they're probably going to keep that to Disneyland Paris specific announcements. I don't know if they will necessarily want to focus on the 35th anniversary celebrations at DLP at D23 personally, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But I definitely think they're going to start off with all the Disney Adventure stuff, because obviously Disneyland Paris has had a very big year with the opening of Disney Adventure World back in March of this year, World of Frozen, all of that. It's been a pretty big year for Disneyland Paris, considering the LP doesn't often get new attractions and new rides, and let alone full-on expansions, new lands, all of that. It's been exciting, and I've been very lucky to have attended all these events and shared them with you as well. So they're going to start off with that and be like, oh, this is all exciting, this is what the LP has done, but we have more to come, kind of thing, with the Up and the Lion King stuff. And then I really would like for them to talk a little bit about something exciting, or just something coming to the main park, because the main park, Disneyland Park, which opened in 1992, which is why it's celebrating its 35th anniversary next year, hasn't had a new attraction since 2006. 20 years. 20 years ago was the last time that park had a new attraction, and that would have been Buzz Lightyear's Laser Blast in Discoveryland. 20 years ago, can you believe it? And literally every single other Disney park worldwide has had a new attraction since. They have had multiple, in fact, and we haven't had any in the main park since 2006. And prior to that, the main big attraction would have been Space Mountain, which opened up in 1996. With Space Mountain being the last big ride that opened in Disneyland Paris that was built from scratch, because Buzz Lightyear, yes, it was a new ride, but it kind of took the place of another attraction that used to be there. So it's very complicated. And speaking of Space Mountain, I think what I would really like, and I think there's a possibility that could happen, so that's kind of like a mix. I would really like to hear this, but also I think there is a chance that it could happen. I want them to announce Space Mountain going back to what it originally was in Disneyland Paris. So from the Earth to the Moon, de la Terre à la Lune, which was the original version, the best version, with the most incredible soundtrack I've ever heard. And I never got to experience it because I was just too young. I went to Disneyland Paris. I remember seeing the ride in its original form, and I remember my cousins who were older than me going on it, and I was just too scared. But I've done Mission 2, which was the version after that, and Mission 2 I still prefer to the current version, which is the hyperspace version, the Star Wars version. I just want them to move away from Star Wars in Discoveryland and kind of go back to their roots, which is meant to be a Jules Verne themed area, because we have a really beautiful Discoveryland and it's so different to some of the other ones. It's a shame that they're, putting so much Star Wars in it, in my opinion. However, another thing that I think could happen, and this is a rumor that's been going on for years now, like I've heard it for 2-3 years, is that they might potentially build like a mini Star Wars land in the back of Space Mountain. And if they do that, then we're going to be probably stuck with Space Mountain as Hyperspace Mountain for the rest of time, because obviously it's going to just make more sense for it to be Star Wars. So that's a possibility as well. It could be exciting. We're not going to be getting Rise of Resistance, so don't get your hopes up, but we'll be getting something Star Warsy in that land. I don't necessarily want that. I want them to stick to what that land is, which is the Jules Verne-esque things, and maybe we could get a new ride there, but not necessarily to do with Star Wars. I would prefer that. But to be honest, at this point, anything coming to Disneyland Paris would be nice, because that park especially just hasn't had anything new in it for a long, long time. Another prediction, which I just don't think will happen, but at least a small chance, is that they might announce a new ride in Disneyland Park for Adventureland, because Adventureland I think needs a lot of work as well. I mean, in our version of Adventureland in Disneyland Paris, we've got Pirates, which is our main ride there, I suppose, and it's a beautiful land and it's so big, but we don't have enough in it. And Pirates is a great ride, love it, we have one of the best versions. Then there's Indiana Jones. You guys probably all know how I feel about it. It's a roller coaster, it gives you pain, it gives me a headache, it's very short, not enough theming. It can go. And then of course we have the Swiss Family Robinson, which is an attraction, but it's not a ride. I think we could do another ride in Adventureland, and who knows, maybe something Moana themed could be fun. It would kind of match that area, and Moana is extremely popular in France. I know Moana is well loved across the world, but in France it's like one of the most what's the word I'm looking for? The movie that's given them the most money in France in particular, if you know what I mean. So that could work. Equally, going back to Disney Adventure World, they might announce, very doubtful by the way that they will do this, but they could, and I would like them to, announce the next land coming to Disney Adventure World. I don't see them doing it because I think they want to keep the focus on what's already there. They want people to be going right now, like, oh, we've got Frozen and Lion King is coming soon as well. I don't think they're going to want to move away from that and be like, oh, and the third one is coming. But if they do, there are a number of things that could be the third land. It could be Zootopia or Zootropolis. It could be Moana. Could be Avatar, who knows? But I think that's more or less it on top of my head that I can think of in terms of announcements that I think and would like for them to do at D23 for Disneyland Paris. Let me know in the comments down below what you think will happen, and follow me on Instagram because I might do a video on Instagram as well sharing some of my thoughts. And of course there'll be other announcements for the other parks as well. Disney World, I think, because Disney World currently has so many ongoing projects, I don't think it's going to be as big of a year for Disney World as it was in 2024. That was huge. I still remember the cheers of the crowd at the Honda Center when Josh D'Amaro announced Villains Land coming. That was incredible to be amongst the crowd for that. But, you know, I think they'll give us some more updates about Villains Land and Monsters Inc. and Cars and all of that. Maybe they'll announce something about Epcot. I think with Disney World, the park of the 4 parks that needs the most attention now, because they're already building things in the other ones, would be Epcot. So maybe something to do with changing Figment, the ride. You guys know I don't like it at all, and a lot of people tell me that I should have, you know, experienced the original version. That was much better than the current ride, and I've only experienced the current one, so maybe if they change it into something better, I'll end up liking the ride. Who knows? Maybe a wild card would be them announcing a new country for Epcot, but I doubt it. I think, you know, there's more chance of them just saying that something new will come to Epcot, whether it's Figment changing or, I don't know, a new nighttime show. Maybe a new nighttime show for Animal Kingdom. That could be nice. Or a new ride for Epcot, not necessarily a new country. We'll have to wait and see. But obviously, my main knowledge when it comes to Disney parks is Disneyland Paris. That's why I kept it to Disneyland Paris, especially because I think Disneyland Paris doesn't normally get a lot of love. So I wanted to give it the love. And I think, like I said, the one thing I would love is just something new in the main park. I want them to announce something new in Disneyland Park. We need that, guys. It's been 20 years. I would prefer it to be not Star Wars, but I will take Star Wars as well. I just need new stuff in the main park. Our park, in the 1992 park, Disneyland Park, looks like it's been stuck in the 90s. And it's nice in some ways. It's nostalgic. It's beautiful. We do have the most beautiful castle park, in my opinion. However, we need some modern technology in that park. I think we deserve it. Come on, Europeans deserve it, don't they? But that's been the end of my predictions. I hope you guys could hear me with the wind. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm just about to head to Disneyland now, just for a few hours of a chill evening in Disneyland. One of my friends is actually in the park as well, so I might meet up with him for a little bit. So if you want to see that vlog, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. That should hopefully be the next vlog coming. But I hope you enjoyed this travel day. Check out the Diamond Driver Guide. The link is down below. Definitely worth using if you're coming to Anaheim. And a big shout out to them as well again. And thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned. There's so much coming to my channel. I'm excited. Massive shout out to my lovely Patreon members and my YouTube members. You guys are incredible. And I'm going to love you and leave you and see you in the next one. Bye.